Hey everybody and welcome. This is Dr. Heather Carden. I am going to make my first attempt at making a keto ice cream. We made ice cream all the time on special occasions growing up, but we did the old style of ice cream where you took the rock stall, it churned, you waited, you made it for family picnics, family reunions, birthday parties, not something that you actually just poured into something, plugged it in, and let it churn. So that was all the churning yourself, but super excited to try this new ice cream recipe today that is keto. I have made the mason jar one before, and I think I've showed you guys that it tastes okay, but it's kind of hard, and I've learned the rule. When you actually cook with erythritol, it makes it much crunchier, and Christy Sullivan gave me this tip. When you actually cook with xylitol when you're making ice cream, it makes it much creamier, but then it melts much quicker. So erythritol versus xylitol, erythritol makes it like rock hard, so it's gonna withstand like an outside party much better. But I'm going to try my first attempt today. I'm not making it dairy-free. We'll do that next time. So I have everything out here and ready, and hopefully you guys can see me. So I'm taking a medium saucepan. We're putting 2 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. So when you use the dairy-free one, it's using coconut oil. It's also using some almond milk. I'll post that down below. Then I'm going to whisk in 6 egg yolks. And of course, organic is best. Right now, it's really hard to get them in the Midwest because ducks and chicken are not laying right now. You want to make sure you don't get this warm enough that it doesn't actually cook the eggs. You just want it nice like a custard. So we're just going to whisk that up. And once we whisk it and get it nice and creamy, it should kind of stick a little bit to the whisk. So this is going to take a couple minutes. If you guys have actually tried this, let me show you this. So Dr. Ralph has been helping me this morning get ready for the week. This is a keto quiche. This is eggs and sausage, bacon, onions. I was going to use peppers, but they were not in good shape this morning. I wanted some spinach, but I was out of spinach. So you can throw a little bit of everything in there. It's simply 8 eggs. We did do some cream cheese. You could put a little bit of milk in there. Any type of ham, meat, or veggies that you want, and cook at 375 for about 25 minutes. We've also made a pressure cooker. What'd you make there? I'm gonna let him show you. We got it tilted here while I'm still whisking. Corned beef and cabbage, one of the big favorites here in the Carden household. So when people talk about I'm too busy to eat healthy, we are actually utilizing our Instapot this week. We have a very busy week. We have a low carb keto KC. So let me know where you're coming from. Let me know if you're coming to low carb keto KC. Lots of questions here. Let me know if you've actually made homemade keto ice cream before. We've also got our Instapot over there and making some homemade bone broth because I love bone broth. The reboot does kick off tonight. So I want to have all those pieces in place so that my family has food. I am ready to go with the reboot, and I have a crazy amazing energy to kick off low carb keto KC. So looks like this is thickening up here. I'm going to give it just another couple minutes. It just says whisk, whisk, whisk on low heat till it becomes custard style. Then we're going to add the sweetener in. So we talked about the difference of the xylitol. This is what brand Dr. Ralph found this morning. Xylitol is going to make it creamier. You could use erythritol, but erythritol makes it harder. So we're using the xylitol. And that is 1/4 a cup. Then I'm also going to use 1/4 cup, not granulated, but confectioner's swerve. You could use Sirkin. I've ordered some of that, so I'm going to try the Sirkin. Christy recommends that, so we're going to gently just keep stirring that in. And we're actually going to be making this at low carb KC, so this is kind of our trial run here. Christy's going to be making it, who has actually perfected this recipe. I think she's made hundreds of different batches, lots of different sweeteners, and tried lots of different stuff, and this is what she has said works the very best. So now that we've added our sweetener, we're going to whisk that in until it completely dissolves. And with some of the sweeteners, the erythritol, the xylitol, it does take a little more wrist action, a little more whisking to really get that to mix in quite nicely. Hopefully you guys can see that. Trying to get a nice angle here with the camera. And once he's whisked that in completely, it says take the back of a wooden spoon. I'm reading the recipe right here. And if it sticks, then we know we're done. Because again, you don't want to heat the eggs. So it looks like it is stick. It says put in the back of a wooden spoon. If it reaches, or you can use a thermometer 150 degrees. It looks like that's almost done there. We're gonna give it about another 2 minutes. Then we're gonna add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla and a little bit of salt. And then once we're done with that, we're gonna remove from the heat. Then we're gonna actually put it in a bowl in the refrigerator and let it cool. And then we'll add it to the ice cream maker. I think it's like 20 or 25 minutes for, this is a 1.5 quart ice cream maker. So I think it looks mixed in. actually get just a little bits out of there. Okay, so recipe says now we're going to remove from the heat.
Did you do your vanilla and salt?
It says right, reading it says, oh, yep, we're gonna leave it on melt. So I like organic vanilla extract. So 2 teaspoons, I wish I had the whole vanilla bean because then I would just crush that up and throw it in here. There's also one you could use chocolate mint, and you use fresh mint, and you use actually the stevia mint drops as well, or some essential oil. So 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and then I need 1/8 a teaspoon of salt. Sometimes I don't measure. Today's one of those days. So that's as simple as easy as it is. So now that it's done, all we're gonna simply do is remove from the heat once Dr. Ralph thinks that's mixed. We wanna give you a nice big picture of that so you can see what it looks like. Nice and creamy and custardy. Remember, not too hot or you'll cook the eggs. You definitely don't want that. Now we're simply just gonna pour it in a bowl, and then we're going to actually leave it in the refrigerator till it cools, so maybe 20 or 30 minutes. And then we're simply gonna put it in our Cuisinart ice cream maker and stick it and plug it in and have ice cream in 25 minutes. So I will definitely do a reveal of what we think. Hopefully it's gonna turn out amazing, amazing, amazing. And I did get the recipe out of Day by Day Cooking, which will be available at Low Carb KC, and you can also have Christy sign it. So simply now we're just gonna put this right in the refrigerator. It is that easy, guys. So at the same time we're prepping, we have our quiche made for our morning breakfasts. We have some corned beef and cabbage for at least 1 or 2 meals of the Cardin household. We also have a nice big Instapot, you can't see it here, of bone broth going on. I think you can just swivel the whole circle head. You can just swivel it. So we've got our Instapot, still not yet. Oh, Instapot right there going. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me today. I know people said we want more cooking videos, so I said we're gonna come as you are. We didn't 10-second tie to the kitchen, but want to bring you a real recipe that we're trying for the very first time. Super, super excited. If you guys have amazing, easy keto recipes, let me know. It is pumpkin season. We'll be doing some pumpkin recipes coming up very, very soon for you and your loved ones to prepare for the season. But it always is good to do a dry run before you actually serve it to people to know how it tastes. So we're expecting to do about 300 to 400 servings of this ice cream this weekend at Low Carb Keto KC. So don't miss out. Jump over to that page, or Frank will be happy to post the link down here below. Thanks for joining us, guys. I want to thank my hubby, Dr. Ralph, for being my amazing sous chef here as always. And let me know what you guys are cooking up in your kitchen today. This is Dr. Heather Cardin, Overland Park, Kansas, saying have an amazing day.